Hello and welcome. In this video, I am making a Wreath card using one teeny tiny maple leaf die. So let's get started. Alright, so first I am cutting out prepping my cardstock to use with my die cutting machine. I'm going to have to run my die cutting machine a lot, so I'm prepping all the pieces now. And so I'm using 5 colors of cardstock. They are all from Concord and Ninth. They are sea glass, eucalyptus, tide pole, juniper, and rainforest. So I started by cutting out 5 of each, but I ended up needing to die cut more in order to fill out my wreath. And that's the cute little die that will be forming our wreath. And now prepping the card base. It's going to be a top folding card that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I'm doing that out of rainforest cardstock. Just scoring my card base. And then I'm prepping a white panel that will be embossed with an embossing photo that will go on the front of the card. And so it's going to be slightly smaller than 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. It's going to be 5 inches by 3 3/4. And off screen, I went ahead and embossed this with this cute gingham pattern from Gina K Designs. And then next, in order to make sure I have a perfect circle, what I like to do is die cut a circle frame using 2 nesting circle dies. And so I'll line those up. It doesn't have to be perfect because it's going to ultimately be hidden behind the wreath. And now I'm just using some double-sided adhesive to apply to the back of our white panel that is going on the front of the card. And then we'll apply glue to the back of our circle frame and adhere that to our card. And I'm putting it right in the center. And once we have that, these are all of our little tiny leaf die cuts. And we're going to go ahead and use liquid adhesive to apply them to the circle frame, sort of off the center of them. So just applying one on top of or underneath the previous one, and filling out that frame, so slightly offsetting them from that frame, but still covering up that frame. And then just randomly aligning or applying different colors. So not doing it in any particular order, just sort of picking up random colors, making sure that not any of the same colors are right next to each other, but still sort of in a random order. And just speeding this up here, it is a somewhat time-intensive process, but I really enjoy it. So just sort of applying glue and sticking in the leaves and continuing along. At one point I realized I did not have quite enough leaves to fill out the die cut, so I will have to cut out some more, just a few more leaves right before I finish. And again, trying to keep that pattern a little random. And then finishing the last few leaves. And that last one, just filling in that last bit of space, so the entire frame is now covered, and that completes our wreath. Next, we're going to stamp a thanks sentiment with clear embossing ink, and then we're going to heat emboss silver embossing powder. And I'll go ahead and do the embossing off screen, and then we'll die cut the sentiment out. Here is the finished card. I really think the silver sentiment really pops in the middle there. It's subtle, but also very poignant. And we have our finished wreath, which I think is really lovely with all the different shades of green. And this is our finished card. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video.